Hello dear students, today we are going to deal with the remaining part. Actually in the last part we have talked about the introduction to Desiderata poem, and now in this part we will begin the poem itself. And in the last Google class also I have posted the reading of the poem and along with the original text of the poem. I hope you have the text with you, and along with that text we will go in detail stanza by stanza. Okay. So, let us move on to the first stanza of the poem Desiderata by Max Ehrmann. Go placidly amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others. Even the dull and ignorant, they too have their story. Now see, in the introductory part also, I have told you that this poem is something which teach us the morals of our lives, means how we have to look towards the life. Okay, the title itself, it suggests Desiderata. As I told you that this title is a Latin title, and the meaning of that, it is things desired, means what is necessary for the humanity, what is necessary for human life, that has been communicated by Max Ehrmann throughout this poem. And in the very beginning of the poem, the opening of this poem, what it do, see, it suggests us about the placidity. Go placidly. Placidly means tranquility, okay, calmness, softness, peace. So it talks about this, and the poem begins with go placidly. Now see, we have to move on calmly, we have to move on with peaceful nature, and also with the tranquility. Where we have to move on? Amid the noise and haste. Amid means in between. In between noise and haste. Noise means loudness, aggressiveness, and haste means it is something faster life, okay, the speedy life. So as we know, our life is completely noisy, okay, and also there are a lot works which do very speedily, and we have to move on very fast, and it means many a time we take shortcut to go towards our success. But this is not the way. We don't have to go for that shortcuts, because shortcuts, they never took us to the ultimate goal of our life. And if we have to move on, if we have to achieve our ultimate goal, then what we have to do? We have to go placidly. Placidly means in a tranquility, with a peaceful manner. We have to move on in our life. So the first line of the poem, it suggests us to move on in our life, that is noisy and hasty. Noisy means that is loud, aggressive, and fast. But in that life we have to move on in a very calm way, and remember what peace there may be in silence. See, in the first line he says go placidly, and in the second line he is talking us about the importance of silence. Placidly means obviously peaceful, calm, and obviously silence. So he talks us about the silence. Now what is the importance of silence? That is very much important point in our day to day life. Silence plays very different roles in our daily lives, okay. Even in communication also it has a different meaning. In our day life also it has different meanings, okay. So silence is also important one, and when we have to know ourselves, okay, you might have studied somewhere or in some parts, books, texts somewhere, that if we want to know ourselves, then we need silence, because silence is such a place where you will be able to understand yourself, when we would be in crowd, at that time we may not understand ourselves. We hear a lot things, we get inspired by others' ideas. Okay, we try to imitate others, but when we would be in solitude, solitude is very much important in our life, and when we would be in solitude, at that time you will know yourself in a correct manner. And that's why silence is very important in our life. So we have to be peaceful, we have to be calm, and that he suggests in the first two lines. Okay, next, as far as possible without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Now see, in the next two lines what he says, as far as possible. Okay, that is, he has added something. Simply he says us as far as possible, because it is not easy to lead life as we want. Okay, so sometimes we have to compromise also. Means completely in a straightforward way we cannot go in our life, and that's why he says as far as possible without surrender. Now see, surrender, it has its own meaning. Without surrender means submission. Okay, we don't have to submit to the others. Nowadays we see there are so many people who moves here and there, behind and around some great personalities. Okay, we can call spoon. Okay, take its Marathi meaning. So such a persons are there. We don't have to be like that. We have to be ourselves. We have to reserve. We have to protect our respect, and protecting our own respect, we have to give respect to the others, because it is necessary. If we want respect back, means whenever we desire something, whenever we want something from others, definitely first of all we have to follow that in our own way, in our own life. If you help others, then and then only you can expect from others that you should be helped, otherwise no. If you pay respect to others, then and then only the others will pay respect to you. And in the same sense we have to pay respect to the others. Okay, we have to speak be on good terms with all persons. Be on good terms with all persons means we have to be good with everyone, every individual. We have to manage a good relations, and with the help of that itself we have to move on with our lives, because we have to earn people in our life. And in Marathi, everywhere in the day-to-day life communication also. Okay, the speeches, many successful persons, they communicate us that they earn a lot people. A lot people. Earning people means we have to be good with others, then definitely we earn the peoples. And to be good, that is also as far as possible without surrender, means we don't have to surrender, we don't have to dishonor our own respect. We have to protect our respect, and with that we have to respect the others. We have to be on good terms. Okay, so this is the meaning of this next two lines. So move on to the next. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others. Okay, now this is also a bit about language. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others. Okay, it is related with language, but actually it is not about the language, it is about our behavior. When you are asking, okay, Arman is asking you to speak your truth, means we have to be honest, and honestly we have to communicate to the others. Many a time what happens in our life, we don't like, suppose we don't like some persons, okay, but then also we cannot neglect them, and so we talk with them, but not honestly. So this should not be there in our behavior. So we have to talk to everyone, we have to communicate our truth, that is quietly and clearly, means others should understand that. Quietly and clearly means the other people should understand what is there with you, what truth you have, what story you have, and that we have to communicate to the others with quietly and clearly. And also means it is not that only you should communicate and others will listen to you, but we have to listen to others also. When we have to speak, at the time others will listen to us, and similarly we also have to develop listening abilities. It is not language abilities, but it is the behavior. Okay, we have to understand others also. We have to listen to the others. We have to pay respect to the others' ideas. And in the very next line, he elaborates it. Even the dull and the ignorant, they too have their story. Why we have to listen to others? Because many a time it is supposed that some people, some person in our life, you might think about them, they are dull and ignorant, you should ignore them, but it's not like that. Every individual on this earth, he is unique. Everyone has something different. Okay, whatever you have, the same thing may not be with anyone else around you or in the world. So every individual, every human being on this earth is unique one. You might have heard some people are similar in looking, but though they are similar in looking, their ideology, their opinion, their thoughts, that would be different. And that's why everyone is unique and everyone would have their own story, and we should learn something from that also. And that's why we don't have to ignore anyone. Instead of that, what we have to do? We have to listen to the others. So this is about the first paragraph. We can call it paragraph or stanza because it is a prose poem. Okay, so we will call it as a stanza. And there is in this poem, as this is the prose poem, we don't have any rhyming scheme in it. Okay, because rhyming scheme, figure of speeches, that are commonly used in poetry, but in this poem we cannot find that, and that's why it is called as a prose poem. So in the first stanza, Aman communicates us about the calmness, about the silence, and what the world is. Okay, means see, he is communicating to us, he is telling us what the world is and how we have to behave in that world, how we have to lead our life in that world. So he is continuously communicate with us about this. Okay, let's move on to the second stanza. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexations to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter. For always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Okay. So what he says? He says what we have to do, we have to enjoy our communication. We have to enjoy whatever we have in our life. And in the very beginning of the second stanza, what he says, avoid loud and aggressive persons. You see, he is telling us both the thing, what we have to do and what we have to avoid in our life, what we have to neglect, or what we don't have to do in our life to be happy in our life. Okay. So in this stanza he says, avoid loud and aggressive person. Loud and aggressive person. Why we have to avoid? There are many persons, every individual is different. Some would be calm, quiet, but some would be loud and aggressive. So different thousands or millions of time, how many population is there, this much personalities we can find out with this persons, okay, with the population. So everyone is different and unique one. So you may encounter with loud and aggressive persons in your life, but what we have to do? They are vexation to the spirits. So we have to avoid them. Why we have to avoid them? Because these people, these persons, they are vexations to the spirit. Vexation means they corrupt the spirit. Now spirit, what is spirit? Okay, this is not an supernatural element. Spirit means something which is within us. Spirit means our thinking process. Spirit means our ideology, our thoughts, all these things within us. So the aggressive people, what they do? They corrupts our ideology, they corrupts our self-image. Spirit means soul. Okay. So this can be corrupted by this loud and aggressive people, and that's why we have to avoid them. We have to be away from them, and hence the poet advises to best avoid such people if inner peace in the our inner peace, if we have to maintain that inner peace, then what we have to do? We have to avoid such aggressive and loud persons. Next lines. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter. Now this is the normal tendency of the human beings. Okay, what's going on in our neighbor's house, that is always the topic of curiosity. Everyone, okay. So most of us, we try to analyze, we try to identify, we try to get information about our neighbors, about our friends. Okay, so this is wrong, and that's why what he suggests, we try to analyze them, we try to understand in a different way. Means for what? We try to get their information to compare what you have and what they have, what you don't have and what they don't have. So in this way we are comparing with the others, and when we compare to the others, then definitely this become vain and bitter. Vain and bitter means it becomes, it makes you sad, because in this world everything is different, everything has its some own points, some positive points, some negative points, and in our day to day life, okay, it is an experience, research and everything. Mostly what we do, we always try to compare ourselves with the higher personalities, because you have a plain clear cut life, and definitely there may be some persons who are higher to you, there may be some persons who are lower to you, because no one is similar one. And at such cases what we do, we compare ourselves with the other peoples who are at higher stage, higher class, higher levels, and when we compare ourselves, automatically we become sad in our life, because someone has 4-wheeler, you have 2-wheeler, then what do you think? I too wanted that 4-wheeler. No problem, you wanted, you earn that. But by listening this, by having this idea in mind, we don't have to get corrupted. Our mind must not get corrupted, and this always happens, and that's why we don't have to compare ourselves. Whatever we have, that is enough. And if we look at the persons who are below the rank of you, then automatically you will think that you have a lot things. Okay, there are so many stories, videos you can find out about what you have and what you have to desire in life. Because a person who is handicapped, okay, that person looks at the person who is well, who is walking by himself. When that walking person, he looks at a bicycle riding, okay, a bicycle rider, then he desires to have the bicycle. Means the handicapped person, he wanted to be fit like you, okay, you wanted to buy a bicycle and move on like that bicycle rider. That bicycle rider, he looks towards what we can say, the car driver, or the person who has car, and he desires to have that. This everyone moves, everyone try to get something more and more. But in this process, in this way, we don't have to be sad. Whatever you have, okay, no problem, when you have money, when you have that ability, then you get that. But now if you don't have that, then don't get sad. And for not getting sad, we don't have to compare our life, and that he suggests in this line, that we don't have to compare, because if we compare ourselves with the others, then definitely we are getting bitter experiences into it. Because for always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. As I told you, there are so many people, persons around you with whom you compare yourself. Some may be greater persons and some may be lesser persons. So you don't have to compare yourself. What we have to do, we have to enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. We have to enjoy our achievements presently, now, what you have, that is important for you. What you will get, it is future, and what you had, that was past. Okay, we live our life in present, and to be happy in present automatically leads us to be happy in future. We can't change our past, but we can change our future by living our present in present. Why I am saying in present? Because most of us, they live their life in dreams, and we don't have to live our life in dreams. Instead of that, we have to live in present. what we have now, okay, at the present moment, that we have to enjoy. Whatever achievements you have, whatever plans you have, we have to enjoy that, and we have to work on our plans to make your life better and better. So this is about the stanza number 2, second stanza. Let's move on to the third one. Keep interested in your own career, however humble. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Now, in the next stanza, what he says? He says, keep interested in your own career, however humble. Whatever we have, okay, in the, just like in the next previous stanza, what he says, enjoy your achievements. At present moment, what we have, that we have to enjoy. And a career is essentially what you choose to do with your entire life. Okay, that is your career, what you want to be in your own life. It is your choice, and we have to choose that. And regardless of what work you choose, the poet asks to keep interested into it. Whatever we have selected, whatever career you want to choose, many a time that happens in our society. When you want to study something, okay, at that time you might have forcefully been taken admission for some other courses. That may also happen, but this is wrong. We have to convince our parents and all these things. But whatever you have selected now, there is no option now. So whatever we have selected, we have to focus on that, we have to enjoy that. And this writer wanted to communicate us, keep interested into it. Okay, when you develop your interest in what you are doing, then automatically the work, it becomes very easier for us. And the same thing we have to do. Taking an active interest in your work ensures that your work remains interested, and that is very important one, to be interested in our work. And in the changing fortune of times, one never knows what fate we have. Okay, it is a real possession in the changing fortune of time. Changing fortune means future. Okay, what is going to happen in our future, we don't know that. Yes, you are working on some particular position, and you desire to get promoted, or you want some different jobs, higher jobs, whatever you want. But whatever you wanted, that is your future. It depends on your fate. Okay, we are not saying exactly the fate means, okay, but it depends on your efforts, what efforts you take for that. So presently what you have, that is important one, and what we have now, we have to leave that. What career presently we have in our hand, we have to be happy with that, and we have to enjoy that work. And when we do so, then definitely our life will become great. Exercise, next lines. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. Now see, business, whatever we are doing, okay, here poet is warning us, because there are so many different things in this world, and the world is not smoother as we think. Yes, because in the world there are so many good peoples also, but along with that so many worst evil personalities are also there, and trickery, okay, spams, a lot such a things there are in this world. And what we have to do, be district and keep your own counsel in matters of income and work. Whatever work, income you are going to deal, okay, so we have to take care of that by ourselves, because there are so many personality people, they get depend on the others to handle out their matters and all that, and in that we know there are a lot frauds and all these things. So this may happen, and for that what he is suggesting us, he is warning, the world is full of trickery, no doubt. So we have to exercise our own affairs, particularly he is talking about business affairs, And there are people who would manipulate a person's abilities, opportunities, strengths and weaknesses or failures to their own benefit. There are so many people. Okay. So what they do? See, a simple example we can say, if two persons are there and you think that he is your best friend, but the next person don't think that you are his best friend. And when you share your own idea, your experience or whatever difficulties of your life, okay, when you share with that person may exactly not be feeling like you are feeling. Okay, you are disappointed whatever failures you had and you are talking about that failures, then definitely the person, if that person is good friend of you, then definitely he will understand your pain and he will console you. Okay, he will motivate you for that. But if the person is not really your friend or if he don't consider, then definitely what will happen? The person will enjoy your failures, the person will enjoy problems of your life. So this may happen, and for that we have to believe certain people, certain person. We have to understand the persons in our own life, and the world can be a scheming place and you should not give your faith blindly. What we have to do? We don't have to blindly believe on the others. We have to understand others first, and then only we should believe on the different persons in front in our surrounding. So after this, next lines. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Okay. Now see, what in the very previous stanza, previous two lines, they are connected with another three lines. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Now see, in the very previous lines, two lines, what he says, the world is full of trickery. Okay, so you don't have to believe persons, people blindly. We have to understand the people, persons. It doesn't mean that everyone on this earth, everyone on this planet, they are wrong, evil persons. Okay, they are cheaters. It's not like that. There are so many persons on this earth, they are good. And so let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Okay, what virtues are. Okay, we should not think only, when we are thinking what he says, the world is full of trickery. Okay, when we say the world is full of trickery, it means there is no virtue, but yet a lot people are there who follows high ideals. What he says, many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Okay, there are so many persons, personalities are there. They are devoted for the betterment of others. Okay, they are best friend of others, they helps others, and they have high ideals, and we have to believe such persons. Okay, and this we have to find out. You can find heroism in equal measures. Angels walk alongside the demons. Angels walk alongside the demons means in the similar way. Okay, when we have one thing, then definitely it's positive, opposite, that would be also exist here. This is universe, and in this universe we have both the sides, just like the two sides of the coin. And in the same way, in our life also, the personalities in this world, they are also similar one, and we have all these things, all these personalities. And what we have to do in watching your back, don't ignore the people who have got your back, who are there to support you. Okay, so there are so many persons, so many people who are ready to help you. Okay, and we have to, and definitely we take help from them, but we don't have to forget these peoples. And if we do so, then we would be added to the previous category, that is the world of full of treachery. So we don't have to be added to that category. We have to a person that is with high ideals. Okay, so in this way he talks in this third stanza. I think we should stop here. The remaining part we will discuss in the next lecture. In this three stanza, what we have talked, in the first stanza he talks about the calmness, silence in our life. Then he talks about how to respect others without surrendering. Okay. Then he talks about how we have to communicate with others, means how we have to share ourselves with the others and how to understand others also, because sharing ourselves and understanding others, both things are important one. And after that he says what we have to do, we have to avoid certain things, and in that we have to avoid aggressive persons in our life because they corrupt our soul, and that is why we have to be away from them. Then what we do not have to do, in the first stanza he says what we have to do, in the second stanza he is saying what we do not have to do. We do not have to be with the aggressive persons, we have to avoid them. Then we do not have to compare ourselves with the others. So, these two important things he has communicated in the second stanza. And then he says we have to enjoy our present, what we have in our hand now, that we have to enjoy in our life. And then what we have to do, we have to the last line of second stanza he continues, he elaborated it, that we have to be interested what we have now, whatever our career, business is there, we have to be interested into it, and we have to do our own exercise, our own work, because the world is full of trickery. We do not blindly have to be, he is not saying that we do not have to believe on anyone, but Aman is saying we do not have to blindly believe on the others, because there are so many evil personalities are there, so many trickers are there, so many fraud peoples are there. So, we have to understand persons, and with that itself, to support this he says along with this, because as we know there are two sides of a coin. Similarly, when evil persons are there, similarly the good persons are also there, they always help you even though we do not know who has helped us. There are such a persons are also in background, from behind they help us, and we do not have to forget such a personalities, and if we forget then automatically we will also lead to the first class, evil class. So, we have to be good on our own terms. Thank you. Let us meet in the next lecture.